Hi chocolates, how you all doing? Great to have you back. So I have a video here that we've been meaning to react to from Officer Tatum, and it says Officer Tatum destroy feminists view of marriage. Guys, let's see what the video is all about.
I have a premonition. If I were to get married, she's divorcing me. I don't know. I'm just gonna get divorced.
No. This is
yeah. Oh yeah, no. She divorces me.
Oh, yeah.
That's how it is. Women divorce
the
men.
reason that you're doing this, the reason
I'm not going to divorce. I would never divorce.
The reason that you feel this way is because of the things that you read and self-talk.
Yeah.
Because if you tell yourself this all the time, or you had negative experiences with women, and you carry that on, you're gonna believe that in every relationship. This video is brought to you by Save the Storks. Save the Storks, ladies and gentlemen, is a pop-up Save the Storks event right here in Scottsdale, Arizona at my headquarters. We're doing a joint event, so it's a meet and greet with me, and also you'll be able to see the state-of-the-art medical mobile clinic that Save the Storks has, and you will not be disappointed. I'm gonna give you just some quick facts, and then we're gonna get to the video. But the medical mobile clinic offers free pregnancy tests, STI tests, and ultrasounds for young women. 4 out of 5 young women that get onto the medical mobile clinic or go into the medical mobile clinic. It's pretty much an RV that they've outfitted like a medical clinic. And 4 out of 5 young women that go on, they leave making the decision to keep their child. There's 97 buses in 34 states. Wow. And it's bridging the gap between women and the medical clinic. One thing I love about the medical mobile unit is that they pull them right up in front of, Planned Parenthood and these other places, and give women the option to get on, to get good information, to be heard, not be coerced. I mean, all of the things that we would hope for our daughters, our mothers, or anybody that have been found, in a situation where they're experiencing an unplanned pregnancy. So I want you guys to go to Eventbrite. The link is in the description section. It's on Saturday, November the 4th from 11 to 1 p.m. Tickets are only $2 on Eventbrite. The only reason we have them at $2 is because people want to play fraud and they want to buy 1,000 tickets to throw off our event, but you're going to pay $2,000 to do that. So make sure you go. The link is in the description section. We're going to have a really good time right here at the Officer Tatum headquarters in Scottsdale, Arizona. Save the Storks and the Officer Tatum. We're doing an event. Make sure you show up, like and subscribe to the channel. Y'all already know what to do. Let's get into this.
Of my long-term relationships, I don't feel like there's this trope. Now, some guys will definitely view a woman who sleeps with them too quickly in the negative light. My personal view is that I don't need to wait a long time. I've had relationships with wonderful women, and we hooked up relatively quickly. 3rd date, 2nd date. I personally don't think, and long-term, 2-year. I had a 2-year relationship, 5-year relationship. These were good relationships. And the quickness with which we had sex did not have a negative impact on the relationship, in my view.
Yeah, so you think, right? I mean,
I could be wrong.
Right.
I'm still.
But what if that was her 5th buddy, and now she's gonna have 6 buddy, and the next person that she meets, like, he's gonna be like, oh no, that's a lot of buddy already. That's gonna be fucked up. So you have to actually work it out.
I mean, I think I maybe tend to move a little differently than some other guys. Like, for me, if I have sex with a girl, I want to pursue something long term with her, even if we hook up relatively early on. I've never been interested in just sleeping with a girl once. That has very little. That's very not of interest for me. So if I sleep with a girl, even if it's early on, I want there to be continuity. I want to continue seeing her. So maybe I move a little differently than some other people, because I think maybe it's the case that some people might say, okay, well, hooked up with her quick, don't want to continue seeing her. Or there's just guys that they're just trying to just one girl after the other, have sex once and never see her again. Me personally, that doesn't make sense. Like, I don't get that, to have sex with a girl once and then never talk to her again, unless something really fucking weird happened. But like, if I decide I want to have sex with a girl, I want to keep seeing her. So. But
is it like at the first date? Like, is that too quick? What's the longest for you as a man?
What do you mean the longest?
Like,
I would wait.
Shortest.
The shortest?
Yeah, sorry.
I mean, I've hooked up with a girl on the first night I met her. Yeah.
And that doesn't change your
my calculus.
Thoughts of her?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
But I think, this goes to the body count thing, right? I mean, you get a girl on the first day, no commitment, more than likely, first daters don't
Sure.
really work out. It didn't work out, and then that's one more body she have on her body count. and the women have to be accountable for that,
Yeah,
right? I mean,
but-
you have to, it takes two to tango.
But-
But I would encourage men to not do that, to get to know her better, and don't waste that body on you or her. Get to know her, because what happens when you have sex, you overlook all the red flags. I mean, the red flags become hot pink. They're not red anymore because now you've been sexually involved, and if it's good to you, now they can do anything, and you will look over it because of lust, not love. So the best way to do it is for young men to say, look, let me get to know her better. Let's come up with an idea. I would say men and women date with a purpose.
Yeah.
Don't just date to have
Fun.
sex. Because I'm gonna tell you something, because you made a point about if you run into the guy and it's really, really good, what do you do on the next one? You know, what if it's gonna always probably pique your interest to get more and more and more. You're gonna run into another dude that's better than the first guy.
Exactly.
And then what do? You can't keep chasing that sexual fantasy or that sexual niche or whatever. You have to pursue relationships with a purpose. It's the best way to do it. I'm not trying to preach to y'all. I'm just saying do it with a purpose, and therefore there's no body count women that you leaving out in the road, and then you don't get into a situation where you feel obligated. Because as a man, sometimes you have sex with women and then now they get clingy.
Yeah.
But then you feel bad because you're like, dang, I'm really not looking for that. But I shouldn't have done that. She is kind of a good girl. But then I don't, and then you linger out that relationship when she could have been with somebody that really wanted to be with her. So I think that's why it's so important for people to wait.
Yeah.
What I would say to that, at least for me, and I do think maybe it could be very well the case that I'm a little bit of an outlier in the way I move. If I sleep with a girl, like I've already kind of made the determination that I am open to a long-term relationship. Like I'm never gonna just sleep with a girl without having look, it could very well be the case that we continue dating for 3 months and it doesn't work out, like is the case with any relationship. But I'm already going in with the intention of, if I'm gonna sleep with this girl, then I do want to pursue a long-term relationship.
But why are these relationships not working out? And I bet you,
Probably 'cause I'm autistic.
no. I bet you $1 million that it was
sex?
something
You
at
think
the
it's the sex?
but it was something at the beginning that showed you that this is probably not going to be long term, or maybe she really isn't what I want, and then you have sex and you overlook it and
I
you
blame
make
it
excuses.
all on feminism.
Yeah.
It's feminism's fault. If it wasn't for feminism, we'd be good.
married.
We'd be good. Honestly, though, I'm kind of like just a walking red flag. I've got a dating podcast. I'm a male with a podcast. Have you heard about this? Males with podcasts. We shouldn't be giving microphones and headsets to men. No, I don't know. Honestly, I'm just. Well, you probably don't want to know my take on marriage. So that's probably the other
for
thing.
you saying that, meaning that I think you're not favorable to marriage
I
because
don't
of the
have-
risk factors.
Yeah, and look, I don't have anything wrong from when it comes to marriage from a religious perspective. I'm not like fervently like anti-marriage in the sense that I'm openly like I try to think I'm a pretty reasonable person, but I'm not like antagonistic with it. I've looked at the risk factors like you said, and me personally, I don't want to get married.
Whoa.
That I think could be for some women kind of I don't know. Now but here's the thing, like I could have a long-term monogamous relationship with a woman, life partner.
No, but you
But
always have an
marriage-
out. You always have an out. You don't have to
but-
make an ultimate commitment. You don't.
Yeah, that's the thing.
What's the
Without
problem?
marriage, like
People get divorced all
you
the
can
time,
just
though.
Go.
You can.
What is
well,
it?
So in marriage, you can just go too. You just financially fuck
But you'll
yourself in the
give
process.
some money.
Right.
But you
For
get
it.
married
Yeah.
to stay.
Yeah.
Really?
So
You know?
Is that's
That's what-
how
But
marriage
nothing
works?
lasts forever.
With
Don't
the
you think you're
whole-
limiting
That's-
your pool?
Yes.
Get married.
Yeah,
You're
but
limiting
what
your
is
pool
it?
because you're not. I mean, most women, it sounds like you want a self-respecting woman, like high value, all these things. Don't you think most of those women would want to be married? So you're limiting.
I
your
want a
pool.
woman who realizes. I want a woman who realizes that in this current social climate, in this political, well, not political, in this social climate, when it comes to the court system, we don't need to get the state involved in our relationship.
But the truth
I
is
love you, you love me. We don't need the state.
I agree.
But the truly
I think
feminine
I agree.
would want, like the nature of femininity would want that protection.
The nature.
Don't you think?
I'll
And I feel like
protect
you want a feminine girl.
I do like feminine women, but I don't need. I'm protecting us from the state, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's very true.
I'll tell you this: as a married man, that one of the greatest things I ever did in my life was get married.
Whoa.
I have been more productive. I've had more peace. I mean, it is the greatest decision a man can ever make. It's the biggest and greatest investment that you make in the rest of your life. Now, if you're a man with integrity and you're ready and you do your homework and you're willing to pursue even when it gets tough, you get married and you make a commitment for life. Me and my wife are committed for life. Us getting a divorce is not in the equation. And I think because both of us are both mature enough and willing to work through it. It's not perfect. Sometimes we argue. Sometimes she get on my nerves. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you don't quit and give up because you got on my nerves one day. We made a commitment before God. We made a commitment, and it's on record. And it wouldn't behoove me to not put my best effort into it because I got a lot on the line. When you have skin in the game, you're more willing to do more in a relationship than you are if you don't have skin in the game and you could just walk away at any time.
But given how frequently there's divorce, it's not clear to me that marriage precludes people from, because divorce exists.
Well, you need to look at divorce in segmentation, right? What people are you talking about? Are you talking about people who come together that are equally yoked? Are you talking about people who are Christians? Are you talking about people who get married young? Are you talking about people who get married old? People get married with children involved? Yeah, there's so many different variations that may not even pertain to somebody like you. You may not be in the realm of the divorce. There's a lot of people that get divorced for a lot of reasons. That may not be your reason. I think
I'm the guy, to be honest, I've thought about this, and this is kind of, I don't know if this is almost like morbidly sad or whatever. I feel like if I were to get married, I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of the dude that gets divorced. I'm the type of dude, I'm just, look, and it's like brutal self-assessment and self-reflection. I just feel as if, like, not all of us can be Brandon Tatum. Like, you're like, cause I'm kind of like a class clown guy. You're like, you're masculine. You're tall. I mean, how tall are you?
6'2".
6'2". Okay, I'm 6'1". So
honestly, not going so far. My parents been in a relationship for 45 years. Whoa. They just got married this year with 3 kids, and they have never divorced. Well, not divorced because they can't, but they were together. So I agree. Like, you don't have to get married, but I don't know if you marry someone.
I just have this this. What's that? Have you seen Minority Report with Tom Cruise? Yeah. What was it called? The things that could see the future, premonitions.
Yeah.
I have a premonition. If I were to get married, she's divorcing me. I don't know. I'm just going to get divorced.
This is my sense.
Oh, yeah, no, she divorces me.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's how it is.
What?
Women divorce men.
The reason that you're doing this,
I'm not going to divorce. I would never divorce.
The reason that you feel this way is because of the things that you read and self-talk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if you tell yourself this all the time, or you had negative experiences with women, and you carry that on, you're gonna believe that in a relationship. What you have to do is that you have to start telling yourself a different story.
Stay positive.
You have to start telling yourself, I'm gonna be married, I'm gonna stay married, and you have to start looking forward to the woman that you're gonna marry. Before I got married to my wife, every day, and people probably think I'm crazy, but I don't care, I manifested it. And the reason and how I manifested, because when I would fly on an airplane by myself, I would envision me and my wife traveling together. I would already think about what me and my wife are gonna do.
You want
our children, and if you want it and you see it, you believe it in your heart, you pursue it, then you will pursue it with an open mind, and you'll pursue it with the idea that this is going to work for me. Women, like you say all the things about yourself, there's some women that love all of that. Yeah. Some women don't like a guy like me. They like a guy like you. They like a guy that's funny, a guy that's a self-starter. You know, all of the things that you have that are qualities, there's women out here that like that. If you were a nerdy guy with glasses on and you were geeky and you were into tech, some woman out there loved that guy.
I feel like that guy's more likely to get divorced than a guy like you.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
I don't know. Like,
That's not true, because love is love, man. Some people love people that they resonate with.
What a nice insight. See guys, it takes two to tango. Marriage is not a child's play at all. See the way relationship is. Relationship is not easy. Talk more of marriage. Marriage is more harder. It takes commitment, it takes understanding, accountability, and so much more to make marriage work. It takes two to tango. You guys just have to put in your best foot in it. Guys, I enjoyed this video, especially Brendan perspective. Like, I love the fact that he was in his best behavior, so calm and open-minded. I enjoyed it. Guys, hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did. See you on the next one. Be at peace with yourself. Bye bye.